Hi guys, and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Top Fin Underwater World's Intrigue Aquarium, which is 2 gallons. I didn't buy this tank. I actually got it at the GCCA, which is short for Greater Chicago Cichlid Association gift swap. So they had a bunch of different supplies and fish-themed things, and this is one of the things I got, and then Daniel got to swap, and we also ended up getting a 10-gallon filter. So it was pretty nifty, but I've never had one of these tanks, and it is a hexagonal tank. Let me show you a little closer. So it's a hexagonal tank. It's pretty interesting, and I thought it would be cool to kind of unbox it together so we can see what is inside. Now, my first critique when looking at the box is that the amount of fish that are shown on top of the cover, which is something that people will look at as inspiration to set up their tank, is already really bad advice. You have 6 fish for a 2-gallon tank. That is very highly overstocked. In my opinion, ideally for a beginner fish keeper, which usually these setups are for beginner fish keepers, 1 betta would be it. I wouldn't add anything else. I think that would be the appropriate fish. And I know that they try to show other fish to encourage people to buy these little tanks, but they're not really good for anything else, in my opinion. Now, I do like that they have the color changing LED because it's a lot of fun. And I'm glad that this is at least 2 gallons because it is a decent sized small tank. So over here, it tells you fish, gravel, decor not included, and then color changing LED. So I guess that's the cool thing about this tank is the different colors. And in the back, you get a list of what you should expect inside, which is good for a beginner fish keeper because, you know, you get to see what you have and then you get to figure out also what you might need. It says, here's a setup and create your very own underwater world. Are you leaving the box? Yeah, you can give me kisses. In 3 simple steps. And it says also, read all the instructions included inside before setting up your aquarium. So it says, place your aquarium on a stable, sturdy surface away from heat, cold, and direct sunlight, which is good advice. It also says, use an aquarium heater if needed to maintain stable water temperatures. That is also good advice for someone to know. And then it talks about gravel. You can pick which color you want. And for water care, it says condition your water during the setup and each water change, which is good advice. It says water testing, water conditioner, and bacteria starter are keys to success. Now, I don't know really if bacteria starter kits work as well as expected, but what worries me is that it says let water sit for 24 hours before introducing fish, which is kind of really worrisome because if you put in water and water conditioner and let your tank sit for 24 hours, you know what's gonna happen? Nothing is gonna happen, and your tank will not be cycled and ready for new fish whatsoever. So that is, I don't think, clear enough and in a way misleading because it makes this look a lot simpler and could be, you know, reason why a lot of fish may die. For decor, it says complement your personal style and provide shelter for your fish, which, you know, I guess is okay. It doesn't really give you any advice in regards to actual fish choices, like what you should choose for specific fish, which I think would be a little more helpful. And then it says thoroughly rinse your gravel and decor. Do not use soap and detergent as they may harm fish. Now this is really important, and I think I'm glad that they added this. And then it says appropriate fish, choose the appropriate quantity of compatible fish, but it doesn't tell you anything more than that. It should have told you buy a betta fish because probably that's the only realistically compatible fish for this size tank. And then it says fish food, feed your fish with the appropriate type and amount of food. Very vague, but okay. So this is what it says. And I think we should unbox it and see what it looks like. It opens very simply. So this is what it looks like. It has the instruction manual, which shows you all the different parts. How to set up your tank, how to make sure you do a drip loop so you don't set your house on fire. That's good. So now it is the magical moment to take out the tank. So, here it is. It is a hexagonal tank, which I've never had before. First thing I see is the lid. The lid doesn't have a lot of LEDs, it only has 3, but I think that's fine. I mean, I don't really think people would keep live plants, and if they do, you could probably keep some simple ones in here. And then it has a little lid with top fin, opens and closes so you can easily feed your fish. I think this is great. This will prevent your fish from jumping out. And you have a basic little on and off switch. I wish this came with a timer. That would be magical. And then I guess this is what you would plug into the power. Is there anything else in the box? And there's something more in the box. Everything else is in here. So the filter is already attached over here. So you have your little tiny filter cartridge. And I wonder what kind of, are these replacement filter cartridges easy to find? I would just use sponges after that, but I want to see if, I'm curious if it's easy to find for the random consumer. So the filter itself is very simple. I guess the filter cartridge, it would fit better if I didn't have the plastic on it. But it goes in kind of sideways like this. There is a little bit of extra room in case you do want to add anything else for mechanical filtration. This is where the water would exit. And then in regards to this, oh, this does come off pretty easily. That's good, because that means you can clean your little intake right here. This is a very tiny intake hole. I don't know if you can see it. That might be a little difficult to clean. Usually the ones in my normal filters are larger, so I can actually put a used toothbrush that I clean really thoroughly, and I just use this toothbrush for cleaning all my aquarium supplies. It usually goes inside, so this might be a little difficult to clean. I don't know if this part comes off. Oh, it does. Okay, so that's good, because you want to be able to go in there, and if any debris gets stuck, you want to be able to clean that out. So luckily it comes apart pretty easily, gets put together pretty easily. And then over here is the little magnetic spinny thing. I don't know the correct term, but that's kind of what sucks the water in, the little propeller. So the filter itself is very simple. On the back, it tells you the model, how indoor household use only, do not operate dry. So you've got the information, and then it also tells you the minimum water level right here, which is really good, I think, for beginners. So that is the little filter, and then of course we're gonna get the power cord right here. And let's see, so that also has another switch. Oh, maybe this switch right here rotates between the different colors, and then this is the actual power switch, I think. But these do plug in, and this does give you, I think, a good length, because you have a pretty long cable, so that's pretty good. And then you can plug it in, and then of course you plug in your filter separately. So that's pretty good in terms of, you know, the basics. And then let's open this up and see in what state this is. Is this closed up everywhere, or is it, oh, there's the opening. Nice. So I can reuse this bag for probably shipping or something. It's always good to repurpose stuff. So this is the tank itself. It seems like it's made out of plastic or acrylic. Yeah. The bottom has a little pattern on it, which kind of makes me think of Spider-Man. It's like a little spider web. Oh, and it is kind of, it comes out, it's a little indented. So that's pretty interesting. I wish it had little felts for the base, but it's nice. It gives you a specific area where you're supposed to attach the filter. Let me see if it's easy to pop the filter in. So I guess the filter would go in this way. It's a little flimsy, but it's pretty easy. It has a little, if you can see, hook right there There we go. If I focus, that kind of clips right here, and it stays in here. And it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And then if you put in the lid, let me see how the lid kind of goes on here. So it pops over the filter itself, but let me see in the back. It does have some space right here for the cable. So that's really well planned out, and you know, there is some access to oxygen on both sides, so both cables can kind of come out on each side. And you want, you know, some holes for oxygen in case you do get a betta. So that is kind of what it looks like so far. I think one last thing before I end this basic first impression and unboxing is I will plug in the lights so you can see the little changing color LEDs. So when you plug in the LEDs, the first thing that happens is it starts to cycle through different colors very slowly, which I think is pretty cool. Now all the lights are on here, so you can't really see the lights too well, but it's not a very strong light, which is okay. Let me see if I can turn off one of my lights here. There we go. It might be a little better. Yeah, you can see the colors just a little bit better. So this is what it does, and I guess that this would turn it on and off. Yeah, that's what it does. I wish they were on the same, there's just two controls on one. It's kind of weird that it's just two separate controls, but then I guess if you press it, it starts to rotate. So the first choice you have is white, which is nice because that's what most people would go for. And then you have orange, what looks like pinkish, reddish, white. Oh, so it only has, and then goes back to white, but then I think one light, one picks a color, the other one goes back to the rotating colors, which is doing right now. And then the white, I think this is the rotating color. And I think this one freezes the color maybe. So maybe you have to pick a color you like. Yeah, it seems, and then goes back to white. And then if you go back to rotating colors, I guess you can wait. Let's wait till it turns a specific color. Let's see, blue. And yeah, I can press it and it looks like it remains blue. Yeah, so I guess that's how you work it. Didn't take too long to figure that out. It's not like the most user-friendly in my opinion, but it's a nice little bonus, especially if you have a little betta tank for a child, or just want to have like a theme that's kind of, you know, whimsical or interesting. I definitely think I could try to figure out some sort of basic theme, but I think the first thing I want to do is set up this tank and test how strong the filter is to see if this is too strong for a betta or if this will work out. But that will be in a future video, so let me know what you think of this aquarium. If you like this video and would like to see me unbox more fish related products, definitely give me a thumbs up, and if you are new, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you get to see all my videos. I have over 200 videos, a lot of fish related, dog related, cat related. I used to make videos about guinea pigs and gerbils, so you can go to my playlist section and check out the different playlists I have if you would like to see more. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have an awesome day.